Paramahans Trijataji Aghori, the mystic guru. No words can describe the personality of Trijata Aghori. He is a phenomenon in himself. Excessively tall and massive in frame, yet so childlike and unassuming mentally. One moment he would laugh uproariously at the slightest jest, and the other he would feign discontent and anger over a trivial matter. Those who are acquainted with him pay due deference to the unique Guru, but those who know him closely claim that he is the most loving being in the entire universe. Trijataji is the greatest adept in the field of Tantra and has guided many on its intricate path. Those who have advanced to a high level in Tantra consider him his Guru, as at one time or the other, they have been assisted by him. The particulars of his life, which may be so dear to the biographer, are not known. However, he is one of those Gurus who has existed for centuries. Presently he lives on Mount Nagarjuna in remotest part of the Himalayas, in Tibet. He has been there for the past 150 years and has not come down once from his abode. This place is at a very high altitude, and the surrounding region and mountains are always covered with snow. But surprisingly, Mount Nagarjuna is green with all sorts of vegetation and trees. Indeed, one is surprised on seeing this one mountain, which is in deep contrast to its surrounding. This mountain is extremely mysterious. Nobody can climb it unless Trijataji wishes so. Two huge white lionesses keep vigil as they roar around on the mountain, round the clock. The Chinese military has tried several times to climb the mountain, but the lioness drives them away. Bullets are ineffective on the felines, as they have been created by Trijataji. Through his Maya, these two lionesses, so mercilessly aggressive towards the intruders, are as gentle as lambs towards the ashram inmates. When in mood, Trijataji milks them and distributes the milk amongst his disciples. Paramhans Swami Raleshwaranand too has had the good fortune to live with the great Guru. He was sent to him by Baba Khapparnathji. When asked about his experiences with the Tantric adept, he stayed silent for a while, as if recalling his memories, and then said, "I was a little apprehensive at first because I had heard many stories about him. His outward appearance was that of an Aghori, and he did what he liked. Himalaya is so vast, where and how will I meet him? I had heard that the way to Mount Nagarjuna was extremely tedious and only the most unrelenting could reach there. He was the unique master who had rediscovered the Mrita Sanjeevani Vidya, raising up the dead, and the divine master in my mind. I prayed for their assistance in locating the great Guru. At last, after many trials and tribulations, I reached a village from where Mount Nagarjuna was just 2 km away. I could see the green mountain amongst the snow. Laden once, and at once thrilling sensation ran through my spine. I had been walking for 5 days continuously in extremely cold conditions. My body was tired and aching all over. I had high fever. Therefore, I went to a Vaidya, Ayurvedic doctor, living in that village. He gave me some herbal medicine and instructed me to rest for 3-4 days. On the 4th day I was feeling better. I decided to go to the mountain. Reaching there, when I started climbing the mountain, I realized my mistake. I was not yet completely recovered from my condition, and this exertion did not mend matters. I was completely exhausted as reached the top. Before me was a small temple of Lord Bhairav. I was enchanted by the beautiful idol situated there. Full of devotion, my lips started chanting the eulogy of the Lord automatically. After paying my obeisance to the deity, when I turned around, my heart leapt into my mouth. Before me was huge man between 7 to 8 feet with an appearance of an Aghori. His hair was dyed into 3 braids and he wore a tiger skin around his waist. I was already tired and weak, But now I was frightened as well. I tried to pass him quietly, and as I did so, he continued staring at me. Suddenly I felt that I was nailed to the ground, and could not move further nor take a single step on me. And I started chanting Raksha mantra in my mind. Realizing what I was doing, he picked me up in his arms, turned around a few times in his joy and placed me on the ground. I was still a little frightened. Then he caught hold of my hand and started moving in one direction. I could not utter a word of remonstrance. It seemed to me that we were walking in air and in a few minutes had covered many miles. Then he stopped at a place and asked gleefully, "You have sent by Khapparnathji, isn't it?" I replied in the affirmative and realized with some relief that he was none but the great Guru who I had to seek. After then, I stayed 25 days with him. Through overall I have lived 6 years with him, and the love I received from him is unparalleled. I was given the seva, service of cooking food for everyone. "What is my fine Mewari cooking today?" he would ask, calling me by the name of my native place. There is no one in the world, nay in the universe, that is as loving as Trijataji. The nectar of compassion that flows incessantly from his eyes soothes the nerves and nourishes the mind and body of every person. He loves everyone, especially his disciple, very much. Once Trijataji was staying on another mountain peak with some of his newly initiated disciples. He was doing some special sadhana sitting on a boulder of rock crystal. He was always engrossed in his sadhana except for a small brief period. One day when Trijataji was away during one of these short intervals, an Aghori named Kalanath came there and said, "It's the command of Lord Mahakala that his servant should perform sadhana here. Leave this place immediately." The disciple standing there welcomed him in a friendly fashion and said, "Please wait for 2 days more. Swami Gurudev's sadhana will be accomplished by then and you may commence your sadhana." But the Aghori was not in a mood to listen anything. He started cursing and abusing all around. Trijataji has always taught love to his disciples. Therefore, even after the intruder's hostile manner, they continued to resume reasoning with him mildly. At that, Trijataji returned and without paying any heed to the Aghori went straight to the boulder and sat on it. Seeing this, Aghori shivered with uncontrollable rage and yelled obscenities at the top of his voice. Seeing that nobody was paying attention to his antics, he used the most dreaded spell known as Kritya on a nearby disciple. At once Trijataji's appearance underwent a drastic change. The gentle Guru's eyes emitted fire and his whole body became a storehouse of explosive anger. He seemed like wrathful Shiva, who had destroyed Daksha's yajna. Trijataji loves his disciple dearly and cannot tolerate their pain. He at once raised his left hand and absorbed the power of that unforgiving Kritya. Yet it was a moment too late, for some of this power has passed the disciple's body and he fell down unconscious. Trijataji threw a powerful gaze at the Aghori and the next instant he flew 10 to 15 feet in the air and around 20 to 25 ms down the mountain. Trijataji picked up the disciple in his arms and took him inside a cave. He moved his hand in the air and acquired a special herb, which his disciples were to render in a paste and apply it on the victim's body. Then Trijataji went to the place where the Aghori fell. Blood was gushing out from his nose, mouth and ears. Death was written on his face. Seeing Gurudev, he managed to join his palms in supplication as if seeking forgiveness. But Trijata was inconsolable. He said, "These disciples are all my children and I do not forgive those who try to hurt them." The Aghori's eyes were filled with tears of remorse. Seeing this, disciples pleaded with Gurudev to forgive the transgressor. On their request, he became calm and forgave the Aghori. He too was carried to a cave and cured by the master. Once a disciple inquired of the great Guru, "O Master, How can one acquire all the knowledge in the Vedas and the scriptures? How can one possibly do it in a single lifetime? Trijataji looked at him and said, just learn how to love. Just learn how to bestow love and you will have received the essence of all the scriptures. Raleshwarananji says that Trijataji is the greatest adept of Amrit Sanjeevani Vidya. He received this knowledge along with other Tantra practices from him directly. Even the sadhana of Mahakali, which is the first of 10 Mahavidyas, was done under Trijata's guidance. Whatever love I have showered on you all, says Raleshwarananji to his disciple, I have received from my Guru Trijataji. Unless you behold him with your eyes, you cannot realize what true love is.